Hello everyone. Today Team 8 will be sharing our project for social change and adjustment. Our team focused on the overarching issue of income and poverty. In particular, how to address the impact that criminal histories have on employment opportunities. Our team is comprised of 5 members from throughout the US. Although we are pursuing our MA in sociology for different reasons and have diverse interests, we came together in this group because we're concerned about how income and poverty affects our communities. The metropolitan and rural communities in which we live have very different demographics and unique poverty-related issues, so our first challenge was to find an issue that all of our communities shared. Through brainstorming, our group was able to identify a social problem that affects upwards of 70 million Americans: criminal records. Individuals with criminal backgrounds, including formerly incarcerated felons and those with misdemeanors, have difficulties finding gainful employment. Throughout the U.S., job applicants are faced with responding to questions about their criminal backgrounds. Some postings also include blanket bans against those with a criminal record. People who have served their time continue to be stigmatized and discriminated against in the hiring process, which leads to high recidivism rates due to chronic unemployment and limited job opportunities. In 2008, prisonpolicy.org noted that unemployment among formerly incarcerated individuals is nearly 3 times the national rate and higher than unemployment rates at the peak of the Great Depression. This means that people with criminal records are denied the second chance they deserve to rebuild their lives and become productive members of society. After conducting our initial research, our team developed a structured interview guide that consisted of 10 open-ended questions focusing on barriers faced by individuals in seeking employment after a criminal conviction. Participants for our human-centered research were recruited from local communities scattered across the United States, with each team member conducting 2 face-to-face interviews. Qualitative data were collected and entered into a spreadsheet, then analyzed to see if any patterns emerged. As you can see on the chart to the right, the majority of our participants had drug-related convictions, and the majority of convictions were nonviolent in nature. 90% of our interviewees were employed and had a strong support system. However, they lacked the opportunity to gain employment related to their previous field of experience. Based on our research, we chose to focus our project on a specific population within the community. These are individuals with criminal records who have demonstrated that they have the education, skills, training, or past work experience that qualifies them for well-paying jobs. These individuals are overqualified for most of the jobs offered by felon-friendly employers, which tend to be low-paying, unskilled labor. Despite the fact that this population has a strong support system and are motivated to work, disclosing their criminal record on job applications means that they can't get their foot in the door to meet with prospective employers. Our solution is centered on combating structural discrimination in U.S. society by lobbying legislators to enact nationwide legislation that eliminates questions about criminal records from job applications. There is a coalition called the Ban the Box campaign that has mobilized support for eliminating such questions on applications. So rather than reinvent the wheel, we will collaborate with the Ban the Box campaign and other restorative justice organizations in advocating for the enactment of nationwide Ban the Box policies. Pushing for legislation is one facet of our solution, but passing laws simply does not change attitudes and biases overnight. To support the efforts of the Ban the Box campaign, our team will develop training resources for employers to educate hiring managers on the benefits of considering applicants with criminal records. Our team believes that providing training that increases the likelihood of qualified individuals interacting with potential employers will benefit all parties. Topics covered in our training resources will be broken down into 5 modules and are based on recommendations from the Ban the Box campaign. In many cases, unnecessary background checks are conducted simply because a company has enacted an all or nothing policy. So evaluating the actual need to conduct background checks will be covered in the first module. Next, we'll cover how to write job announcements that don't include blanket bans or include discriminatory language. Third, we will focus on the rationale behind banning the box on job applications and coach employers on how to improve their hiring process to give more qualified individuals a fair chance. Reviewing criminal background checks can be complicated. Therefore, our fourth module will teach hiring managers what should and shouldn't be taken into consideration. After all, not all criminal convictions are equal. The final module will focus on conducting a holistic assessment of the individual, giving them the opportunity to submit evidence of positive changes they have made since their conviction. Possible funding sources for development of the training modules and disseminating the training resource include the Second Chance Act grant program administered by the Council of State Governments Justice Center, which provides funding for the development of training and education that specifically addresses workforce reentry programs for formerly incarcerated individuals. In addition, our collaboration with the Ban the Box campaign will grant us access to potential donors and opportunities to partner with their nonprofit organization, Legal Services for Prisoners with Children, in order to support our endeavor. The greatest challenge we will face is getting our training resource into the hands of employers across the nation. We plan to build a website to house the training resources that grants employers free or low-cost access to the training modules. The training resources will be piloted with local felon-friendly employers to elicit feedback, while at the same time providing education aimed at increasing the types of jobs they themselves consider hiring people with criminal records to perform. After updating the training resources based on the results of the pilot, we will conduct the initial rollout to states and municipalities that currently have Ban the Box policies in place, and follow up with further research to determine the effectiveness of the program. In addition to marketing the training module to state agencies and chambers of commerce, leveraging the Ban the Box campaign to raise awareness about the project will help us reach a broader audience by supporting their established contacts and the organizations that endorse the campaign. As new municipalities and states implement the Ban the Box policies, we envision our training module being deployed as a tool to help employers improve their hiring practices, destigmatize applicants with criminal records, and give more ex-offenders a true second chance for a satisfying job and opportunity to earn a decent living. Evaluation of the effectiveness of our solution will be ongoing. We plan to measure and test our solution by using surveys that would rate employer effectiveness with hiring job candidates with criminal backgrounds. These surveys would be given to both the candidates and employers to measure the effectiveness of Ban the Box policies and our training. We hope to observe higher rates of employment in the absence of criminal history questions given to potential applicants. Our overall goal is to increase employment rates while decreasing poverty, homelessness, crime, recidivism rates, and other potential negative outcomes one associates with chronic unemployment. We realize that developing training resources is not a one-time project. We intend to update training based on feedback from our research and from policy changes. Research will be crucial to drive change in our solution design, as we hope to produce a quality product that is relevant to the target audience. We also need to consider the needs of our partner agencies as we move forward. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. Expanding the design to include other populations, while not viable for the initial project, may be something that we develop in the future. People with criminal records are unjustly discriminated against when applying for a job. One way we identified to help these individuals is to support implementing Ban the Box policies nationwide, giving every individual an equal opportunity to vie for jobs based on skills, experience, and effective communication instead of past convictions. Companies need training in order for the policies to be effective, and we intend to develop those training resources. Every person our team spoke with said that they serve their time and they're ready for a second chance in life, but they need access to jobs, not barriers to employment. Imagine how our communities would thrive if these individuals were able to obtain good jobs, gain financial stability, and become contributing members to society. We would be able to reduce recidivism and poverty, making the communities in which we live a better place. We invite you to take action to become a Ban the Box Campaign ally by visiting bantheboxcampaign.org. Thank you. We look forward to responding to your comments and questions. Here's a list of our references, and this concludes our presentation.